Hello, my friends. Let's talk today about a question that came in. How do you transition into project management in the real world from a CAPM certification? Let's talk about these points one by one. First of all, the advantage you have in getting into the CAPM is you can speak the language for project management. Even if you haven't taken the CAPM exam, you begin to get that understanding of the language for project management. Step one is gather experience detail. Now, as you begin studying for your CAPM exam, you're covering everything from initiating to closing and integration to stakeholder. That language and that understanding will enable you gather the relevant experience detail from what you have already done in the real world. Whether you've worked in a grocery store, you've worked in fast food, you've worked in delivery, you've worked in operations, you've worked as a teacher, you are able to extract the relevance of what you have done when you understand the language. So studying for the CAPM exam gives immediate benefits. And this applies to the PMP or any other certification. You understanding the formal lingo and lexicon allows you to extract what you have done in the past and craft it into an impactful resume. You got to make your resume make an impact. And this is what I began to discover after working in operations and wanting to transition into project management. I realized that there needed to be an ingredient in the resume to get the attention of hiring managers. And for me, what grabbed the attention of a hiring manager was exhibiting core skills in project management that they were looking for. And one of the core skills was the ability to schedule. Now, listen close. I know a lot of people are using various tools to schedule, but it will pay you to pay close attention to the baseline in industry. I'm talking specifically about Microsoft Project. Without Microsoft Project, I would not be where I am today because the door opened in an engineering company to work as a scheduler. And that was my first groundbreaking gig in project management in this domain that we understand to be very specific. You see, there are other aspects of business that people say is project management, but it's not really specific. This gig that I got enabled me to get familiar with government language, government contracts, and deeper into the lingo. But it started with that key Microsoft project skill. So if your resume does not have that eye candy, those buzzwords, that pull that people are looking for, it could be hard. So step three is clean up your resume and emphasize core skills. I'm telling you, spend some time getting into Microsoft Project, be able to craft a schedule, and you will be amazed at the project coordination and project assistant opportunities that are out there. I'm not saying that's the only skill, but it's one of the skills. Other skills are your ability to organize, your ability to be customer facing, your ability to write compelling summaries of meetings, meeting notes, meeting minutes, things like that. It goes a long way when you put stuff like that on your resume. Next one is begin interviewing. A lot of people are scared of going to interviews because they feel, oh, I'm not ready. I need my CAPM. I need this and that. No, you don't. Just start interviewing. Get used to going for interviews. One of my first interviews as a project manager, it bombed. It was so terrible. But you know what I learned from that DHL interview? I learned that I needed to get better, and I learned what I needed to get better in. And I realized that what I was thinking was project management was actually just the SDLC. That's right. I learned that from an interview. So going to interviews can open up your eyes. So begin interviewing, getting that muscle memory, getting those skills so that you can begin speaking to what you've put on your resume. Like I said, if you haven't already done it by now, learn scheduling in Microsoft Project. Another big one that people often talk about these days is Smartsheet. But my recommendation would be get Microsoft Project down pat. Learn solid Microsoft Office skills, the ability to use Excel, the ability to use PowerPoint. I mean, everyone uses PowerPoint these days. your ability to use those tools really well will get attention. Use your course certification from Praizion. So if you've come through training with us for the CAPM, PMP, whatever, you could actually use that certificate. In fact, someone right here in Arizona about 10 years ago used that certification to break into an engineering firm. Just the certification that said, I've received 35 contact hours from this source, Praizion. It got this fellow inroads into this company. So use your course certification. If you've put in the time and you have it and we've awarded it to you, that could be gold. Next, I would recommend volunteering with a local chapter of the PMI because you're going to learn a lot more and you can put that on your resume, volunteer with nonprofits. And lastly, get certified, get PMP certified, whatever you're trying to do, get it, do it, and grow from there. And the sky is the limit. I am not telling you something that I think works. I'm telling you something that I know works because I did it myself. I went from operations to project coordination, project management, and I've trained top Fortune 500 companies across the world, government agencies like NASA and the FBI and the US Army. The rest is history. But it all started from me realizing I needed to get better and adding these skills and studying and beefing up my knowledge and awareness. All right. So don't worry if you're a CAPM or you're working on your CAPM or you're working on your PMP. Trust me when I say the sky's the limit. If you need coaching, training, mentoring from someone who has been there, done that to help you get to that next level, I would recommend you go on down to pmanonymous.com because I can help you fine tune the path to your success. All right. Thank you for joining me, and I wish you all the very best. And thank you for my friend who sent in this question today. You take care. Bye for now.